lucky, had a feeling in my gut. Checked my trades with a coffee and a half-burned blunt. Green on the screen, thought I hit my stride. Then the market turned south like a fast tide bride. Watched it slip, watched it fall through my hands like a wild horse running I couldn't hold to the plan. Some days you win, some days you lose. Some nights you're counting up dreams come true. Other times you're just counting the scars, trying to buy back the pieces of a broken heart. Ain't no rewind, ain't no regret. Just a lesson ain't free that I won't forget. I heard my old man's voice saying play it slow. You don't bet the house on what you don't know. But I was too proud, too short, too fast. Now I'm picking up pieces of a trade gone bad. A fool and his money don't last too long. Guess I had to learn that the hard way all along. Some days you win, some days you lose. Some nights you're counting up dreams come true. Other times you're just counting the scars, trying to buy back the pieces of a broken heart. Ain't no rewind, ain't no regret. Just a lesson ain't free that I won't forget. Ain't no bell to warn you when the fall comes fast. Ain't no map to tell you when to double or pass. Just a heart full of hope and a handful of tries, and a pocket full of lessons money can't buy. Some days you win, some days you lose. Some nights you're counting up dreams come true. Other times you're just counting the scars, trying to buy back the pieces of a broken heart. Ain't no rewind, ain't no regret. Just a lesson ain't free that I won't forget.
Oh, brother, oh, brother. Welcome to another episode of the Matt Kohrs Show, where I'm Matt Kohrs and you folks are in fact the show. A little bit of a round of applause there to Kohrs on the Cob getting us started off for the day. Obviously, as you guys heard, he had a little bit of a ditty there at the Madison Square Garden Arena. Absolutely phenomenal. Folks, you should actually be giving a round of applause for Chaos because not only has he been crushing it with the music, but you guys might have missed the fact that Chaos is now an old man. It was his birthday on Saturday, so if you see him on the streets, if you see him in the digital interwebs, make sure you are wishing Chaos there, the man behind the curtain, a belated birthday. And like I said, he is the genius behind Kohrs on the Cob, and he also is now an old man. So give it up for Kohrs on the Cob, give it up for Chaos. I guess we'll just say they both had birthdays. But folks, I hope you had a great weekend. I do. We're here for a whole new week. We're here for a whole new month. We're here for a whole new mindset, you know, all those rules you were breaking last week, all those times you said, you know what, if I could just get out of this pickle, next time I'm going to be better. Next time I'm going to be a bit more disciplined. Next time I'm going to follow my sizing rules, my risk management. That's this time now. Or more realistically, if we're being honest with each other, we know that that's going to go out the window about 10 minutes into the trading day. So you could also be doing that. That's another option. Why? I guess I was thinking about it this weekend. Why are we always chasing our tail on this concept of just, I'm going to be a better trader. I'm going to follow my rules. I'm going to do what I know I should be doing. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could do that. Or you could be the fun person at the party and just really let it rip. I'm just saying that maybe we need to be doing something that like really properly earns us the title of the best trader on this side of the Mississippi. Maybe. But anyway, folks, I hope you had a good weekend. Finally, the weather's getting a little bit better, a little bit warmer. The sun's out a bit longer. You can almost feel yourself acting like a solar panel, and you can see that depression, just like you can feel it just leaving your body. Now, if you happen to be watching this and you're already in like a warm area, if you're just not high up north in the U.S., if you're closer to the equator and you're like, dude, it's been warm for weeks now. Yeah, no, I don't want to talk to you. I'm talking to the people who are in my situation where January and February in the Northeast, probably even the Northwest, were absolutely horrid. Cold, overcast, frigid, windy. For all of those of you like, dude, I was at the beach this weekend. I was at the beach last week. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it at all. I can't mentally handle that right now. But man, oh man, it's getting better. I'm very, very excited. So folks, I'm not only excited about the weather changing, the time of the year that we're in, but the market. Little bit of a Pump City situation on Friday that we have to talk about. Now, if you're just joining in, I want to give you a very quick TLDR. Yes, the Friday equity market pump was pretty exciting. I would argue that the crypto pump over the weekend was a bit more exciting. I did an update video yesterday where I explained that someone always knows. I mean, we had a huge multi-million-dollar 50x leverage position on crypto on Saturday. Trump's announcement came on Sunday. And then also right before the market closed on Friday, someone threw a couple mil into MSTR calls. So someone always knows. Obviously, I don't know if they're intentionally leaking it or if it's just a friend of a friend of a friend situation. But another day in the world's largest casino, and we see more and more insider trading. This isn't a left thing. This isn't a right thing. This is just people in the know for all of humanity are going to be taking advantage of their privileged position of information. So we're going to be talking about the equity market rally on Friday, what happened there, which was a bit weird. It was an unstable rally. And just to explain that very quickly, we had negative gamma, positive delta. If anything, it was weird that it was happening on like the heels of Trump and Zelensky fighting. So there's some political drama there too. And then that led into the weekend where people were making a lot of big crypto bets. And then like clockwork, we got a big crypto announcement on Sunday about the crypto strategic reserve relating to Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Solana, and Cardano. So we're going to be talking about BTC, ETH, XRP, ADA, and Sol. Obviously, we're going to be getting into that as well. I'm going to be setting you up for the remainder of the week, all the major macroeconomic events of the week. We're going to go over seasonality. We're going to go over the earnings you should pay attention to. The main one of the week, there's two. It's Target and Broadcom, Tuesday and Thursday. So we're going to be going over that. Then we're going to get prepping up, not only for the craziness that is today. We're going to be looking at options flow. We're going to talk about some new options positions. So we have a lot going on. An absolute banger of a show prepared for all of you. Actually, on that note, very quickly, shout out to Public right here. They are the partner of today's show. If you haven't already, create an account on Public. It is the best place to trade options. If you're an options trader or an inspiring options trader, you gotta be on this. Pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. It is free to download. It is free to sign up. And if you use that link pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video, you're gonna start off at a higher rebate tier when you start trading your options. I showed you mine last week. In my history on trading on Public, I've already gotten close to $5,500 of rebates trading options. So, folks, if you're an options trader, an inspiring options trader, you, by definition, by just basic math, you are better off on this brokerage than any other brokerage. So just wanted to give a quick shout out to them, and I'll give you the whole spiel on them a little bit later. But like I said, pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. And with all that being said, let's get rocking. Stock futures jump to start March as Tesla and Bitcoin soar. We got a lot to get into. But right here, you can see right around 2 and really getting going at 2:30, the SPY just ripped. We had a huge rally into the close of market on Friday, which was crazy. In real time, what was happening was the fallout from the Zelensky-Trump meeting here in the U.S., and it did not go well. It basically ended with Trump kicking Zelensky out. And that might seem negative and bearish, but look at this, the market ripped. Now, from a technical standpoint, from an option structural standpoint, what happened here was we were in negative gamma and positive delta. Let me break down what that means. When you're looking at the overall option structure, you either have positive or negative gamma. Let's start with gamma. Remember, positive gamma is a mean reverting environment. If you push up, look to sell off. If you sell off, look to bounce back. Positive gamma means mean reversion. Negative gamma means trend continuation. Neither of these, positive or negative gamma, is bullish or bearish. It just tells you how the market makers are most likely going to react upon a continuation or a reversal. Positive gamma is mean reverting. Negative gamma is trend following. On Friday, right around 2:15, you could see that the gamma actually got quite negative, not just a little bit negative, but very negative. Then on top of that, and I could even show you it right here, the delta went super positive. Right here is the S&P 500 complex. The white line is the price line of the S&P 500, but right here you could also see the delta flow. So when you have a negative gamma environment with expanding positive delta, that's exactly the scenarios where you can get rips. Now remember, once again, just to drive this point home, positive and negative gamma, not bullish or bearish. It depends on the overall setup. It tells you about really the nature of the market. Are we mean reverting? Are we trend following? That's on the gamma side. And then the delta side tells you about the bullishness or bearishness of the options market. So what had happened on Friday, and it was crazy. I mean, we were all watching it in real time. We got quite a bit of negative gamma as in trend following, and then the deltas exploded positive as in bullish. So we got a trend following bullish setup, and that's exactly what ripped. Now, what's interesting about this is when you get huge negative gamma, positive delta situations, that is the telltale sign of bear market rallies. As in you're in a bear market, as in you have lower highs and lower lows and you're trending down and you broke all the EMAs, but you get these big pops in between. That is where you most commonly see them. It's not when you always see them, but it's where you're going to most commonly see them. So what does that really mean today? It means be careful. Of course, if we take out some of these key levels, such as 6,000, which is really what I'm watching on SPX, and I'll be getting into some of the other specific levels a little bit. The SPY equivalent is right around 598 and some change, like 598.25 if you want to know the SPX, SPY equivalent. If we can get above that and hold above it, okay, then I think that this potential bear market rally might turn into like a legitimate rally. But I just want to throw this out there that I'm not completely sold on this pop right now, just because we don't have much structure below us as in a nice foundation. So I just want to put that out there right now. And with it, I'm not really making any conjectures or predictions to be bullish or bearish, because what we really need to see is the market open and see where the new option structure is actually going to end up being. So right now in real time, I'm doing my best to explain what had happened on Friday and why it's like a little bit suspect. And I'm not just basically second mortgaging the house to punt long right now, because we just have a very unstable foundation below us. Now that might solidify throughout the day. Obviously that's possible, but it also could completely crumble. So I just want to put that out there in terms of the equity market. But then remember we are not in a easy trading environment, if you will. We're like, okay, we could just catch nice trends in the upside and the downside, where in fact, we're obviously in a very, very volatile market. So yes, we see this pop now, but this could be changing as quickly as today or tomorrow, because don't forget, March 4th, as in tomorrow, Tuesday, that's when we're getting the update on the whole tariff situation. Trump heads toward tariff barrage with Canada, Mexico, and China. U.S. had 25% levies on Mexican products, most Canadian goods. That is, from the last we've heard, going into effect tomorrow. Now, I do want to let you know that right here, where was it? There was a tweet, an update from Trump. Maybe it was from Walter Bloomberg. Let me see if I could find this. We're getting some sort of big announcement today, but no one really knows what it is. Navarro. Right here, Trump tomorrow night will be big. I will tell it like it is on Truth. And then also we got an update of like some big investment. Trump to make investment announcement today, Monday, from the White House. So that got announced at 7:30. Who knows what it is? We got to be on our heels. My point is that we are currently in a certain environment where a random update can cause the market to dramatically drop and dramatically pop. And I've said this a gazillion times before, but I'm just going to drive the point home. This is exactly why you have to have stop losses, trailing stop losses, because you never know when there's going to be a very impactful announcement that you might just be on the wrong side of. So a lot to talk about. Mexico's star economy dreams crumble under Donald Trump's tariff threats. Remember, coming down the pike tomorrow. President Xi Jinping of China prepares to unveil China's stimulus plan as trade war heats up. He's doing everything in his capabilities to stop China from fully going on tilt, and it's just getting messy. Treasury Secretary says Trump tariffs won't cause inflation to increase. Jury's out on that one. There's not many examples, not only in the U.S. economy, but in the global economy, of serious tariffs not prompting inflation, but maybe they're going to figure this one out a little bit differently. I'm not going to be passing any judgment, but we have all of this tariff craziness, and I do want to remind you, yes, we're talking about Tuesday, March 4th, as the whole update between Canada, Mexico, and China and the U.S. But don't forget, we also have reciprocal tariffs on the schedule for early April, and that's going to be more impactful for like really the UK and the EU. So this isn't even the only tariff news we have going on. And with all of this political drama, as I was alluding to before, if you guys listened to the talk on Friday with Zelensky and JD Vance and President Trump, it was wild. Zelensky says he'd meet with Trump again for serious talks. It was a farce. I don't know if you guys watched it. I thought I was watching an SNL skit. They're yelling back and forth. He's questioning about his suit, the whole thing, the whole vibe, the whole attitude, what was being said. It was crazy. Basically, Zelensky got kicked out, and then he went over to Europe, and now he might come back here, and maybe they're going to talk with Trump. So we have all of this drama going on as well with all the tariff drama. So my point is, on the global political scale, there's currently quite a bit of uncertainty leading into some serious uncertainty of this particular week. These are all the major macroeconomic events as of now scheduled for the upcoming week. We got some CPI out of the Eurozone, inflation coming in a bit higher than they anticipated. They were looking at 2.3, came in at 2.4. That's not so good. Wednesday of this week, we have the ADP non-farm employment change. We have the ECB interest rate decision, the European Central Bank. This isn't a U.S. thing. Ours is in mid-March. And then Fridays is the big day of the week from a macroeconomic perspective, where we get the unemployment report and a Jerome Powell speech. So Friday, we have a lot of stuff going down. And remember, we're also in earnings season. The two major ones I'm personally watching this week are Target, that comes out before the market opens tomorrow. CrowdStrike might be interesting. JD might be interesting. But I also want to pay attention to Broadcom and Costco after the market closes on Thursday. Feel free to screenshot this or go to @eWhispers on Twitter. These graphics are always super, super useful. Now, because we are at the start of a new month, and I covered this in better detail in the update video yesterday, I do want to remind you, from a historic standpoint, the start of March does not generally favor the bulls. In fact, it's kind of notably bearish. Now, with that being said, by the time you get about halfway through the month, it does start to favor the bulls, and then April very much favors the bulls. So this period is interesting to take advantage of, but we're not quite there yet. You kind of need to let the first week or two of March play out to kind of get to this choppiness, like just to kind of get through it, and then we have more of that seasonal bullishness. Now, remember, when we're talking about seasonality, none of it's a guarantee. It's a game of odds. Things are highly likely, less likely, kind of likely, that type of a thing. So I would never just exclusively trade on seasonality. Of course, I want to know if we're running into headwinds, if we're being supported by tailwinds, what is the option structure, what is the current macroeconomic backdrop. But I just want to let you know that from a seasonal perspective, the bears do tend to win the first week to a week and a half to 2 weeks of March. But then from there, it gets a little bit easier to be bullish, because pretty much from mid-March to the end of April, you get about 6 weeks of just like ripping. And that is the music to the ears of the bull camp, but more specifically, crypto. Trump announced a strategic crypto reserve, including Bitcoin, Solana, Ripple, and more. I don't agree with this. I want to be upfront and just say, I get it if it's Bitcoin. I totally get that. But the fact that anything else is being included, especially because a lot of these are like just business structures. Like they're basically picking particular winners of that business. Like some of these I would have preferred, even something like Doge, I would have rather preferred to be into it because we know Doge isn't a business. We know the initial dude's completely out of it. It's just running currently as its own currency. Obviously the same thing with Bitcoin. But by the time you get into the world of Cardano, Solana, Ripple, Ethereum, you're getting a little bit farther away of just a currency ripping on its own, and you're getting a little bit more into like individual business interests. But regardless, my opinion aside, it did cause the cryptosphere yesterday to go absolutely nuts. So here was the initial announcement coming out Sunday morning around 10:30, yesterday morning 10:30 from the president himself. A U.S. crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks by the Biden administration, which is why my executive order on digital assets directed the president working group to move forward on a crypto strategic reserve, which includes XRP, Sol, and ADA. It will make sure that the U.S. is the crypto capital of the world, and we are making America great again. When this first came out, there was a lot of confusion. Why would it just be XRP, Sol, and ADA? Very, very confusing. It didn't make sense. And then a little bit after that, obviously the president quickly following up, and obviously BTC and ETH as other valuable cryptocurrencies will be the heart of the reserve. I also love Bitcoin and Ethereum. I want to be very clear here. In terms of a reserve, I think it only makes sense to do Bitcoin. Obviously, that's my own opinion. When you get into the world of Ethereum, XRP, Sol, and ADA, I think there's other ones that make more sense than those. Like literally, if we were just to be like fair about picking winners and losers, I would actually literally prefer something like Doge over any of these other ones. Just once again, to clarify, because it feels like you're not just picking a winning currency, but there's going to be individual private businesses that are now going to just randomly be picked as a winner. So I don't really necessarily agree with it, but hey, it is what it is. And obviously the cryptosphere as a whole liked it because the market cap of crypto once again regained $3 trillion. Absolutely ripping. I mean, Bitcoin went from 85 all the way up to 95 at one point. Ethereum going from 2100 all the way up to 2500. Solana going from 140 all the way up to 180. You have XRP going from 220 all the way up to 3. And then you have Cardano, which actually gained the most from this, going from 65 cents all the way up to at one point $1.19, $1.20. Like absolutely crazy. So quite a bit of enthusiasm, quite a bit of excitement, a lot of people making a lot of money, but I would contest that there's some people making money that's a little bit more suspicious than everyone else just quickly reacting to this. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Today, this was a Saturday, to clarify. Remember, Trump's announcement came out Sunday morning, March 2nd, the day before. Someone opened a $123 million long position on ETH and a $72 million long position on Bitcoin with 50x leverage. We're not talking a little bit of money. We are talking millions and millions of dollars that were highly levered, and they did it the day before a political announcement. And then the day before that, before the equities market closed on Friday, 8 minutes before the close on Friday, someone bought over $1 million worth of MSTR 275 calls for this week. Short-term, highly levered calls right before the market closed. And then Trump announced something on Sunday. Folks, this is rampant insider trading. Once again, it's just like, this isn't even news at this point. Like, I guess you have to laugh about it because if you really think about it, it's going to make you want to just cry and scream. It's just so disgusting. So disgusting. This stuff happens day in and day out. It happens with Republicans. It happens with Democrats. It happens with independents. It happens with all of them. Folks, we live in an age now where the average politician is lucky to make $200K per year, and yet they go in worth nothing, and then they leave their political office worth $50, $100, $150 million. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting that this keeps happening, and they're not going to do shit about it because why would they want to? They're all in on it. That's what I'm saying is this isn't a left and a right thing. This is like a populist versus elitist thing. As soon as they get into this little club, then they're all going to keep each other insulated. It is not left versus right. This is the haves versus the have-nots. This is that definition of the people who are financially and politically connected, doing everything they can. I'm showing you the real life example of how they just made millions, and millions of it. It's fucking disgusting. And the fact that we let this just keep going, and it's one of those things that the people who have to enforce it are the people taking advantage of it. So do we really expect them to ever police themselves? Obviously, it's not going to happen, but I just want to share it. Like I said, I went into better detail of what really happened in the update video yesterday, but what you need to know is crypto's up right now because of an announcement from Trump, and there was a lot of money being bet on this announcement coming out, and they did it right before the announcement. It's disgusting. Dalio warns of U.S. debt crisis, heart attack within 3 years. Bridgewater's founder on gold, Bitcoin, and why the new administration must get to work on the deficit reduction. This is pretty similar rhetoric to what we've heard the chairman of the Fed, Jerome Powell, talk about of like, hey, the number itself is manageable, but the pathway is not manageable. We got to fix that. So I do agree that we need some sort of like reserve, and we need some sort of change in the budget. Like clearly the numbers ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing, folks. And right now our path is very, very unsustainable. Mentioned not only by Dalio, by the Fed himself, by many voting FOMC members, by any economist, by really any person who understands basic budgets. You can realize that what's going on in the U.S. is right now is not good, and it hasn't been good for literally decades. So obviously, hopefully that I pray that they actually can fix it, because we're going to be the one, I guarantee you this, we're going to be the one paying the bill from years from now if they don't fix it. But I don't know, like when I think about how poorly our money is mismanaged, and then we look at all this insider trading that's going on, it's like, dude, who is going to be, like seriously, who is going to be the person, the adult, the mature adult in the room saying, hey, this bullshit is illegal, it's immoral, we're losing the trust of our people, and yet they just keep doing it and doing it and doing it. It's just fucking nauseating at a certain point. But anyway, as I alluded to at the start, remember today and tomorrow we are expecting big announcements, potentially surprise announcements from the administration. Trump to make investment announcement today, Monday. That's according to the White House. So make sure you have your notifications on, because this could be coming out at any moment. So maybe it comes out this morning. If it comes out later, I'll cover it in the update video. If it comes out super late tonight, we could be talking about it tomorrow morning. There's no schedule of when it's coming out, but it's just something you have to be paying attention to. If you haven't already, sign up for the newsletter, mattkohrs@locals.com. My mod will drop it in chat. It's in the description of the video. This is 100% free. You've never had to pay for it. You're never going to have to pay for it. I break down, this comes to your email inbox every single weekend. I break down the previous week, what to look forward to in the upcoming week. I give you all the earnings. I highlight the ones I think you're going to care about the most, such as Broadcom and Target. A little cheat sheet here of all the major macroeconomic events. This morning, we get some manufacturing PMI and prices. The St. Louis Fed member president is going to speak at lunch today. Williams speaking tomorrow. Like I said, the big thing of this week is going to be the unemployment report on Friday, and then also Jerome Powell is going to be speaking at 12:30. With respect to individual day seasonality, Monday, March 3rd, this particular day has been won by the bulls 70% of the time over the past 27 years. So the better part of 3 decades, the bulls win this day 7 out of 10 times. Is that a guarantee? No, I'm giving you the odds. The bulls win it 70% of the time. The bears win it 30% of the time. Right now in pre-market trading, it does look like the bulls have somewhat of the upper hand, but I'm going to be very, very interested in seeing what market open really brings us. Just so you know, for the remainder of the week, Tuesday leaning bearish, Wednesday is back to being bullish, Thursday bearish, and then we conclude Friday a little bit more of leaning bearish. So a choppy month that, once again, if you look at the week as a whole, it does favor the bears. Now, just because it has favored the bears in the past, is that a guarantee this time around? It is not, but I just wanted to throw that out to you. I got a lot of questions over the weekend, just a little bit of a housekeeping thing. Remember, we are doing the whole SIM-to-funded futures trading journey on a different channel here. And right here, this video that I just posted 2 days ago, this is the one I'm actually most excited about. And the reason I'm the most excited about it is because I give in this video, this 12-minute video, which you could watch for free right now. It's up on Rumble. It's up on YouTube. You can see the exact details of what I've been doing to make $240,000 on all those futures futures accounts, and I'm talking payouts that have already hit my bank account. 240,000 from December till now, 200,000 year to date. That video right here, the exact trading strategy that made me $240,000 fully explained. We just pushed it on Friday. I think it's actually it's going to be one of the most insightful videos, especially for all the prop traders in here. So getting a lot of questions about it, and just remember, it's up on Rumble. It's also up on the other YouTube channel right here at Matt Kohrs. This one's the Matt Kohrs Show, and then on YouTube we delineated it. We didn't have to do this on Rumble. It just had to do with their serving algorithm. But anyway, highly recommend you guys checking out this video. It is in the description of the video. You don't have to search it yourself. You could just find the link in the description. Just wanted to quickly share that with all of you. And now let's give you guys a little bit of prep work. These are the key levels I'll be watching out of the gate, as I always do. I just went through and I looked at all the key levels. I also want to call out that Captain Condor is back today. Captain Condor, we haven't seen this play in a while, basically saying the day will conclude somewhere above 5,900 and then also simultaneously below 5,995. Captain Condor is back. And then on top of that, I have all the other key levels. So remember, the green, the red, and the white are the high, the low, and the close of Friday's trading session. And then these yellow, golden, horizontal lines are all the key option levels that we should be watching throughout today's trading session. Could easily be support or resistance. And on that note, dingity ding ding ding, the world's largest casino is now open. Best of luck to all. Play responsibly, and if not, have fun. Out of the gate, you're going to see the delta drop. Of course, no one should be surprised by this whatsoever based on the setup. Here, let me reload these. But this drop right here is from the delta dropping. You're going to have a lot of the call buyers from Friday locking in the profits. They're going to be hitting the cash register. Like, that just makes logical sense. I don't think anyone should be surprised whatsoever. All these people who were swinging like those suspect positions where people had like huge call positions. Yeah, they're going to be locking them in. I mean, right here, you could already see it. Boom, just getting knocked. Like, this is like, you can't blame them. That's just people hitting the cash register because like they're probably up millions and millions of dollars. So the reason we are selling off right out of the gate is because the delta is dropping right out of the gate. And why is the delta dropping right out of the gate? It's going to be people locking in their calls or maybe rolling to new call positions that have less of a delta impact. So right when we open in situations like that, I think that's pretty much going to be anticipated. What's going to be interesting is to see the real structuring throughout the day is actually what I want to show you right now. So, oops, I didn't mean to do that, did I? Did I close out the wrong page? No, I didn't. Okay, cool. So here's the current open interest. Remember, yellow are calls and blue are puts for the 0 DTE. So you see a big spike at 6,000 and a big spike at 5,900. This is the main put level being played. This is the main call level being played. But I do want to point out that 5,980, that's a little bit of a hump for the market to get over. In terms of the open interest change from Friday's market close to right now, once again, you're seeing action at the 6,000. You're seeing action at the 5,900. This is the Captain Condor guy that we just saw on Spot Gamma. I also want to point out the volume of what was being traded overnight. There's a lot of people with ants in their pants trying to play this up to 6,020. So if this gets going, could be exciting, but I wouldn't be really betting on us getting over that today. Remember, 6,020, 6,025. This is going to be a huge, oh, you guys can't see it, my bad. Right here, you can see the 5,900, you can see the 6,000. These are puts, these are calls. And I just want to point out that the volume from overnight, lots of action at the 6,020, 6,025. If you are playing a shorter term position, it might be interesting to play it up to here, but just be careful of overstaying your welcome because they're right now as the biggest level. You're probably going to have quite a bit of monetization all the way up there. In terms of the volume, there's a lot of puts sold at 59.25. If the market were to get all the way knocked down, this could very well set up a nice dip buy opportunity. Once again, 59.25. And then you're also seeing 58.60, which is so far away. I don't know why people are doing that, but hey, they are. And then the expected movement on the day today on SPX is 40 points, which is about $4 on the SPY. So yeah, we are kind of looking at, once again, a classic expansion of range. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. I mean, like I said, I already laid these levels out for you guys. 59.75, 59.80. This is like kind of my first target. We kind of hit it right out of the gate. The next major one is going to be 6,000, but I do want to remind you the volume from overnight to right now, a lot of people trying to play this 6,020 level, which is kind of interesting because a lot of people playing that level, yet Captain Condor is betting on us being below 5,995. Right here, we have a giant credit spread. You have right here the call credit spread, and then here you have the put credit spread. So Captain Condor not necessarily agreeing with this huge bullish target of the day. So with this, especially with the kind of the craziness of Friday, more than normal, I'm going to be patient today and really, really wait for that entry. Oh, we're getting some choppy information. The 5-minute almost went bearish and then just saved itself. So right now, bullish, 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 bullish. So in the 5, the 10, and the 30, things are right now, and granted, we're only 4 minutes into the day. Right now, they're looking bullish. The Mag 7, weird. I mean, the Delta popped and then it just came back, so it's very, very indecisive. The S&P 500 complex actually caught a nice bid at 931. We just popped there. Maybe we go to the 30-second on this. Here, maybe we'll go to the 30-second, clean it up. The Mag 7 is right now in real time taking a hit. So I do not think this is the environment to just blindly go long. I think it's actually a very dangerous environment to blindly go long and be thinking, hey, the bottom's put in. So beyond all the technical levels and all the weirdness that we're currently seeing in the options market, I think another psychology thing we could talk about here is when everyone and their brother is, especially you could see this on FinTwit, you could see this on X, everyone's screaming bullish right now. Everyone's screaming bullish right now. Everyone is. When I start to see every single person screaming the exact same thing, it makes me think that group's about to get screwed. When I see so many people loading up on one particular ship, and in this situation, it's the bullish ship, it makes me kind of suspect. And who knows, maybe they're right. Maybe that's what you need to do is follow all the screaming voices. And that might be true today, but I think we should just give it a beat here. I think we should just give it a beat to see like if this is right or wrong, because we're still in a suspect time period. If you look at the daily chart, I mean, I could show you that right here. This is still suspect, folks. That's still lower highs. That's still lower lows. We have not broken out here yet. Granted, we're coming up for a test, but what if the test fails? What if it just gets rejected and pukes? What if Trump pops off and the tariff situation with Canada, Mexico, and China get worse? What if this investment announcement is something that the public doesn't like? My point here is saying that yes, in the short term, things are getting a little bit of a bullish upswing, but we are not out of the woods yet, Tonto. I think this is a time to just be like, hang on, let's see. Are we really confident that there's still optimism in the options market? So that's exactly why, more than normal, I think I'm just going to be taking a beat today and just kind of waiting to see how things come out. Yeah, the PMI comes out at 945. So that's another thing that could impact it. Like, that's not the biggest announcement, but it's obviously one to pay attention to. So calm, cool, collected, team. Calm, cool, collected. And actually, while we're waiting for this range to play out in one way or another, this is the perfect time. Folks, if you haven't already, get on Public. Free to download. Free to sign up. If you use the link pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video, you're going to start at a higher rebate tier. When I'm talking about rebates, there is no other brokerage on this planet that pays you rebates to trade options. Doesn't matter if you're buying a call and then selling a call. Doesn't matter if you're buying a put or selling a put. Does not matter what you're doing for options. Every single time you transact with an options contract, you are going to be earning a rebate. Obviously, it's advantageous to start off at a higher tier because you start earning more and more money. On top of that, there's no commission fees. There's no per contract fees. This is the best place to be trading options. If you're watching this, there's a high likelihood that you're already an options trader or at least interested in it. This is the place to be doing it. No matter where you are in your options career, you're going to be better off on Public because no other brokerages pay you a rebate to be trading options. It's basic math, folks. Check it out. Use that link so you start off at the higher tier. Also, yes, you can trade equities. There's no payment for order flow. They have a high yield account. They have retirement accounts. Yes, you could trade crypto. You could trade bonds. They actually have really good UI and UX for bonds. Check it out. They've been partnered up with us for a while, and that's for good reason. This is by far the brokerage I trust the most. If you've been around since 2021, you know that Public was the one retail-facing brokerage that realized what was going on with payment for order flow, made many public statements about it, and said, hey, we have our clients' backs. We're not here just to put money in the pockets of market makers. No other brokerage did that. No other brokerage did that. So not only do I deeply believe that they care about you guys and me, the clients, the most, but from a math standpoint, the rebate is obviously a no-brainer. So pinned at the top of chat, in the description of the video, get your Public account rocking today, and make sure to use that link so you start off in the higher tier. Obviously, shout out to Public, and we're getting a little bit clocked here like I thought we would. The question is, how much are we going to get clocked? Right here, the 5975, 5980, we knew that was a bit of resistance. We overshot it in minute 3, minute 4. We're coming back down. You will have natural support right in this region between Friday's high and Friday's close. We know that the odds of the market coming down to the closing value are very, very high. That's an edgeful thing that you guys can commonly play. So it looks like it's going to get this downside gap fill to 5959. That's a very high odds play. If you only traded gap fills, like if you're like, nope, I just trade gap fills on SPX or ES or NQ or something like that, you'd be a profitable trader. Like you very much would be, just because the odds surrounding these gap fill plays are so incredibly high. I could look at the odds, but I believe right now the odds of this gap fill are somewhere around 70, 80%. It would be slightly different if you're talking about the high versus the close, but regardless, today they're so close that I would think that this is a very high odds situation, that at some point today, SPX will be trading either at 5959 or 5954, hitting Friday's high and also hitting Friday's closing value. If this holds, we could bounce off of it and come right back up to this 5-point region, kind of where we were this morning. If it doesn't hold, I'd then be looking at 5925, which is a very, very interesting level. Look at how much action that 5925 got overnight right here. You could see the volume. 5925, a lot of people focusing on that level. There's quite a few sold puts at 5925. So that's exactly why we have this level laid out here. So once again, this is a giant if-then statement. None of this is a guarantee. It's kind of, it's referred to as Bayesian probabilities. Like if you get into a certain situation, when you're in condition A, what's the chance of going to B or C? And we're going to assign them probabilities accordingly. So right here, based on this failure, the highest probability play is coming into this gap. When we are there, if it bounces, okay, the if-then statement, we come to support. If we bounce, you're targeting 5975. If you come to support and support does not hold, then you're targeting 5925. You should always be playing the if-then statement. You should always have that bull and bear case, especially as an active trader. If you're an investor, that mindset doesn't really make sense. You're always looking for high-quality companies that you could be in for the next 5, 10, 20, 30 years. But as an active trader, I very, very much believe the best way to play this is have that bull case, have that bear case, and react to the market accordingly. React to the price trend. React to the options flow. Dude, Mag 7 getting clocked. SPY kind of getting clocked. Data's a little bit choppy this morning, but the Mag 7 started to get smoked at 9:37. We do have an announcement coming out at 9:45. I would say that today's first impulse was clearly to the downside. We tried to pop between 9:31 and 9:32, and it got smoked. And now we're kind of saying, yeah, no, we're looking for this downside gap fill. In fact, here, I'm going to set an alert on this at 5954. That is the play on SPX to drop about another 12 points to the closing value from Friday. All right. As you can see, I haven't traded any of my futures accounts today. Right here, they're all no trades in. No trades. For a second there, I was wondering if I should play that breakdown. But I think I'm going to give it a little bit more today. I think today is a day where patience is going to pay. So hopefully I'm not missing out on the perfect trade of the day. It looks like I might have already, but we're going to find out. All right. I just want to set things up. Clearly, Let's do a very quick review. Ever since 9:35, I think it's pretty evident that price is trending down. I mean, this is just a basic EMA. You can see slope down. Price is trading down. In terms of, well, we know, is it just going to go without me? The 5-minute and the 10-minute broke down. The 5-minute and the 10-minute broke down right there. The Mag 7 is trending down. The SPY, everything kind of switched at 9:35. It did. All right, let's see. Did I completely miss the boat on this particular trade? Did I miss the boat? Patience. I don't want to start off the week on a negative note here. I want to start it off on a solid trade. A solid trade, something that I was patient and waited for. I was really close to playing this breakdown right here at 9:42, but I also know that we have that announcement coming out at 9:45, and I figured at that point, maybe you should just have a little bit of patience to wait for 3 minutes to play out to see if it's something you actually want to get interested in. But also from just various things aligning, you're below VWAP. We can see that the options are selling off. Like, there are various things saying that this trade right here at 9:42, 9:43, this little flag breakdown, like that was reasonable. But I'm just trying to not rush it today. I'm trying to be a bit more patient, a bit more calm, cool, collected. We have some tech names still kind of selling. MSTR is massively green though, 11%. Broadcom's getting hit. What do we have going on, folks? What in the world? All right. I know that announcement just came out. What was the initial reaction? A little bit seemingly of a pop here. All right. How is the options flow? All right. What are we doing here? All right. Shit, I didn't have the right order type on. Let me, OCO. Risk is at 25. Risk is at 25. Buy stop market. Okay. All right. I just need to get my stop and to start to protect myself. So Tesla's picking up, not the biggest fan of that, but I'm watching the VIX slowly but surely climb right here. 9:37 till now. The VIX is going up. Generally not so good for the market. We also are kind of, once again, thinking about the odds of this play. We know right here, playing SPX2, first the 5959, which it just hit, but then also additionally playing it to the 5954. This is a high odds play at some point in today's trading session for this value to be hit. Now, remember, I'm saying at some point in today's trading session. That could be in a minute. It could also be in hours. And also, there's no guarantee to actually happen. So there's a couple things you have to really think about with it. And man, this market is coming right up against me. Once again, I was a little bit early today. This is what happened to me on Thursday and Friday of last week as well. A little bit early. I just thought at this point, hell, we have only a little bit more to go. Why would we not clean it up? 5-minute and 10-minute are now bearish. 5-minute and 10-minute on the ES and on the NQ, they broke their EMA cloud. Out of nowhere, the Mag 7 just started popping at 9:43. The SPY still trending down. And just so you guys know, I do have my stop set. So if this pushes against me, I'm not going to do what I did on Friday where I like just held and then it just got worse. My stop is set and I'm hoping for a little bit of a VWAP rejection. We just pop right all the way up to the VWAP line. But in reality, that actually, if there is a rejection here on VWAP, well, hang on, is it going to just knock me out first? Probably. Knowing my luck, here's what's going to happen. It's going to run all the way up, knock me out, and then absolutely vomit. That's what's going to happen. But in terms of looking for a structural breakdown, dude, I was way too early. I chased it. I wanted it too bad out of the gate. Right here, we're kind of getting the structural breakdown. Little bit tough to see. I'm on the 100 tick. I find that these structural breakdowns, you could be a little bit more confident about them, if that makes sense. If you're looking at something like the 500 tick. Yeah, it's a classic VWAP battle here. Classic VWAP. Could just be a nice VWAP rejection. Is it going to hold? I mean, we're really just dancing right around at this level. 40.90. I could cut my average by quite a bit, and then I would only have to risk whatever this low is. Oh, what's the flow looking like right now? What is the flow? The Mag 7 popped a little bit. The SPY, let's go back to the 5 second here. So the flow had a pop, and now we're just kind of... Okay, so rejected at VWAP. We puked a little bit, bounced right back up. What are we doing? This is interesting. So here's the current overall structure. We did try to push up here. Is this a higher low, or is this about to vomit and get destroyed? Oh, apparently we're going to fucking vomit. I was about to add another one and it just pushed me green anyway. What the fuck was that, folks? What the fuck was that? I was so close to adding another one. Like I said, I was early for the trade of the day. The trade of the day was the breakdown right here at 948. If you took this trend line breakdown at 948, the price trend was in your favor. The options flow was in your favor. You took the structural breakdown. I was early. I went short at 946. I was 2 minutes early. I really do believe the trade of the day right here was at 948, 949. You're in at 90. You're already up like 50 points. That I was 2 minutes early today. If you took that trade, if you took this VWAP rejection, maybe you don't really recognize it. Maybe you fully recognize it. But there were many, many things going in your favor. Many things going in your favor. So obviously a congrats to you on that. But right here, the Mag 7 just got smoked. The SPY just got smoked. At 949.30, things got smoked. The alert went off right here. Remember how I told you it was a high odds play to hit the previous close? We're now at that support. Obviously, we have Friday's high, we have Friday's close, and we also have just the key psychological level at 59.50. So I'm expecting kind of like a little bit of just like dancing around in here. If this does break, the next downside target is 5925. I want to be very clear about that. If we bounce out of this, I'm then looking at 5975. That's my bullish target. If we break down, my bearish target is 5925. Man, I should have been more on this one. That was silly of me. The trade was right here. I was 2 minutes early. You can't win them all. You can't win them all, Tonto. All right. And I need to... order cancels order. I need to put like this protective stop in. Buy, stop, market. Okay, and then right here, buy limit. Okay, just throwing on the order cancels order. So I have my stop, I have a target. Do I actually want this as my target? 59.41. I could just arbitrarily put it at 40. Really what I want, I'm not focusing so much on this profit right here. I'm focusing a lot more on trying to take all my risk off the table. I want to move this stop down as aggressively as I possibly can, which means I need to see this snap of 900, 20,900. Here, I'll zoom in a little bit more on this. That's what I'm more so focusing on. Here, let's take some of this risk off the table. I just want to keep lowering this stop and then ideally get the stop to being in positive, and then I just have a freebie trade. Right now, we're a little bit too close to it. Just the odds of it arbitrarily wicking me out is pretty high. This is still my first trade of the day, and things are going my favor. But what I'm looking for is roughly this level right here, this horizontal line 20,900 to get taken out. Then I'll just move my stop to break even, and then I'll be just praying for a puke all the way to down here. And then if that happens, oh, come on, work for me, do it. All right, we might be pushing. SPX is kind of pushing down, watching this 5925. VIX is picking up once again. Tesla's getting hit. Qs are getting hit. Folks, I gave you this warning before the market opened. If you're joining right now and you're saying, hey man, why is this not bullish? Why are we not ripping? Literally before the market opened, I explained the whole thing. And on top of that, I gave you the exact levels of saying, okay, look for the rejection here, look for support here. And then this is always how I believe active trading should be done. Is you always have the bull case, you always have the bear case, and you look for the levels of reaction. So if we bounce out of here, I'm looking for 5975. If we break down from here, I'm looking for 5925. I'm going to play either of those cases accordingly. I'm trying to play this down case right now just because I was positioned there a little early. I got in at 946, so I got in roughly around here. I should have waited about 2 minutes, but hey, I guess we're just not going to have a perfect trade today. I just want to take all my risk off the table. Should I do it now though? Like that would be a really, really aggressive move because I told you I wanted to see 900 snap for me to move my break. It got down to 901. You know what? I don't want to start off the week with a poor move. I already moved my stop to break even. That's very aggressive. That's abnormally aggressive stop movement for me. But I'm here thinking, you know what? It's a Monday. Let's not start off the week on just like a bad foot. You know, you don't want your first trade to go like red. So right here, no matter what, I'm not losing money. I move my stop to break even. If I have a runner, I have a runner. But like as I'm talking about it live with all of you guys right now, why start off on a bad note? You know? Like right here, okay, I'm going to take a lot of break-even trades, and fortunately broke, so I should have moved it there anyway. But just some real-time psychoanalyst of myself. It's just like, why? Okay, I was up a decent amount. Like, why let it go against you? And then fucking, yeah, dude, we're catching this puke right here. Hell yeah. Keep going. I know that this might be support. I've actually done a lot of trading work on bouncing off of this. Yeah, look at that. It bounced 30 points up to 2,900. Bounced right off that 2 standard deviation move. Not a surprise. I'm going to give it one more attempt at a flush below the 2 standard deviation. And if it's just not for me, I'll just take my profits and go. I'm roughly up about $20,000, $1,000. Actually, more than 20,000 because I don't just have 20 accounts. I have 26 accounts. But watching this closely. Looking for that to reject. Looking for that to reject. Where are we at? We're pushing. Here's a look at the Mag 7 is getting clocked ever since 949. Right here, getting clocked since 949. So options are clearly trending down. Options are trending down. Okay, I like that. I'm on the right side of the trend. This is what trading is all about. 5-minute, 10-minute, bearish. 30-minute might be coming up to support. 5-minute, 10-minute, 30 minutes breaking down on NQ. Ooh, I'm almost at my target. All right. Killing that order and moving my stop all the way to right here. Buy stop market. All right. My stop is up almost 100 points. Is it about to knock me out? So I pulled my profit target and I moved my stop all the way to down here. So if there's even a little bit of a bounce, it's going to knock me out. But if there's a capitulation, I'm going to catch it. So no matter what, I'm short at 41. My stop's at 58. So I'm off by I'm up 80 points or whatever it is. I could also just kill this now. I could take my 40 grand. But what if there's a puke? So no matter what, I'm making a lot of money. No matter what, I'm making a good amount of money. The most money I can go for is right here. 790. That's the most I could go for. And then this is my stop just in case there's a reversion. Come on. How's it gonna? Do I just want to close it? Close it, close it, close it, close it. Yes, no, maybe so. We're already up a decent chunk. We're already up a decent chunk. Oh, it's coming for me. It's coming for me. How's the options flow looking? We did get a little... Oh, almost tagged me on that one. Almost tagged me. There we go. All right. Knocked me out. So, unfortunately, the reach target didn't hit, but I made 1.6K on... I have these 20 Apex accounts, and then I have also 6 more take profits. So right there, 1.6K. So on Apex alone, that's a $32,000 gain. My goal always is just to be, I guess, to catch the meat of the move. I like this trade. Like I said, I was a little bit early. I think the trade of the day was right here at 949. And then I was able to catch this, and then it just had a little bit of an upswing. I'm never going to be top ticking or bottom ticking as a trader. My goal is to catch the meat of the move. So this was the extreme. This was the other extreme. And I felt like I did a good job. I caught from here all the way to there. My goal is to catch 60, 70, 80% of the move. That's what I'm attempting to optimize for, is on any decent trend, can I catch a majority of the move? 50, 60, 70, 80% of the move. That is my goal. Obviously, it recovered a little bit. I didn't know it was going to get smacked. If I did, clearly I would have stayed in. But when you're already up 32K, like just why? Like it's just, I'm happy with it. I'm stoked with it. Right here, it actually would have hit the other one. It's continuing to go down, but you just never know the next bar. I'm not going to be kicking myself thinking, oh, but I could have made more money, because the opposite could happen. As much as we just saw these red bars, it could have been huge green bars, and then I could have been back to break even. You don't know what's about to happen, so you should never be kicking yourself or judging yourself for things that are just about to like occur. Like, because all you can do is manage your risk and manage your profit. Like, that's what you're doing. So I managed my risk. It popped back up. It hit my risk management. I saw this high. It took it out. And all I thought is, yes, as much as this vomited, and I probably could have been up 3K on each account, I would have been up 3K. The other thing could have happened as well. I am much more interested in protecting my downside than like optimizing my upside. Like 100%, I care far more about that. So just wanted to call that out, give you my reasoning. I'm very happy with it. Look at where we bounce, folks. Does anyone else even do this? Like in real time? Not even in real time. Before the markets open, is anyone in this world surprised we're bouncing at 5925? I shouted this level out to you. I showed you the options. I broke this full thing down of, hey, this is a level, we reject, we go here. If this doesn't hold, guess where did I say? I said 5925. This was all called out before the market even opened. Folks, this is the key. This is like, I cannot stress this enough. These levels, this is not rocket surgery. To know these levels, these reactionary levels, all you have to do is have a good understanding of, really, it's not options, but it's how the market makers interact with options. And then you could be able to call it out like this. 100%. No one here should be surprised. Oh, we flush right to that level and then bounce. We held this. If we hold it, great. We're going to bounce all the way back up. If we break down, we're going to 5,900. Those are the next key levels to watch. At all of these key levels, you have the bull case, you have the bear case, and you play the one that is currently like trending that way. And then to know which way you're currently trending, that's when you start to check things like the options flow, the mag 7 getting hit pretty good. You have SPX getting hit pretty good. But folks, we're calling this all out in real time. No one else is doing this. No one else is doing it. No one else is doing it this way. And you have the VIX slowly but surely climbing up. Slow Broadcom is taking a hit. I kind of like that. I do still have some of these Broadcom positions. All right, let's go to the 3 minute. What time is it? It is now just 10 a.m. The 5 minute and the 10 minute and the 30 minute breaking down. The 5 minute, the 10 minute, the 30 minute breaking down. That's a smash at that level. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Where are we at? Da, 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 da. All right, what do we have today? March. What is it? 3rd? Today is the 3rd. Oh, do 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 do. Okay, if you're in the Discord, Piper just fired. That's in there. That is in there. Bitcoin not holding 90,000. Coin is still somehow green. MSTR still somehow green, but they've been diving since market open. It's coming down to this. Look at that's a nice play. You could have been long right at 5925. You're already up 10 points. Not my favorite play. I wouldn't have taken that reversion just because I see that the Mag 7's getting hit. The SPY is starting to show a little bit of life right here at 10:02. Interesting. NASDAQ trying to pop a little bit. So quite a bit of negative delta movement from market open till now. The question is there still more? Like, is this going to be the low of the day? I do want to remind you that Captain Condor is not playing 5925. Captain Condor is saying we're going to close the day above 5,900, and obviously 5,900 would be the next target after 5,925 if we don't hold this. So I'm going to be watching on a retest of this level. It could get interesting there, but more so than just a retest, or I should say not more so, but simultaneously, you would want to look at like the strength and or weakness of the options flow at that moment in time. But right here, we're getting a little bit of a relief bounce, a tiny bit, but I think we're coming back down to here. And then from that moment, that's when we're going to get to decide, are the bulls stepping up? Are the bears done? Do we bounce all the way back up to 5,950? Or are the bears still serious and the bulls still weak from market open? And then we crater another 25 points right down to 5,900 flat. That would obviously be the next key level. Mag 7's flat. SPY's trying to bounce. What time is it? It's 10:05. 10:05. Interesting. 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute now bearish. The 5 and the 10, the clouds are clearly red. The 30 minute, this 930 bar on ES did close below the cloud. The NASDAQ had an even larger dip right here. 5 minute, 10 minute clearly bearish, but the 30 minute also closing. We were looking at this daily chart coming right into this resistance around 598, kind of undershot it by about 75 cents. Yeah, you're going to have some support in the range of 592-ish, but I think it gets interesting if we snap 590 because that sets up an easy shot back to 585. So I'll be watching that one relatively closely. But as of now, as we dial really into this 1 minute, we're just bouncing off of support. We came up, got knocked by resistance, bounced off the first attempt to support. That support cratered. We puked all the way down to the next support. And now we're seeing, okay, are we actually going to have a strong bounce up, or are we going to come revisit this? Remember, 5,900 would be my next bearish target. And then 59, 52, 53, somewhere up here would be my bullish target. But we're seeing a bit of a failure. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Another little trend line breakdown right there. A little fake out trend line breakdown. Do I want to take this, or do I want to be done on the day? Do I just want to be done on the day? How big is this relief going to be? We're definitely below VWAP. That's not so good. VIX did push 21, getting hit a bit now. Do the SPY and the Qs just want to revisit their closing value? They were in the green and now they're in the red. But remember, Friday's rally was fucking huge. I'm kind of watching a snap of this trend line. kind of watching a snap of this trend line. Is this the real play of the day? I mean, your risk is minimal. All right, I'll take a stab at it. Wow, we have some serious range today. I can't even go for, what am I at, 50, 80. I think that's the most I could go for if I'm doing my math properly. Oh. All right, let's dial this one in. Come on. Let's see if we could have another 60K day. Let's see if we could do it. Let's go, Tonto. Come on. Come on, Tonto. Let's go. Let's go, Tonto. Come on. No. No, 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 no. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Come on. It bounced right off that second standard deviation. I just need a little bit of a puke. Do I want to move my stop to break even? I probably should. Why risk money? You know what? It served me well the first time. No risk. All risk off the table. All risk off the table. Now we're just going to see if we're hitting it or not. So I'm not risking any money. My stop is break even. If it pukes, that's going to max my accounts out at 3K, which I believe is the most I can make. Shit, I made too much money on these accounts. Fuck. In a weird way, I kind of... Hang on. Is it coming back for me? Yeah, it's coming. Oh. Do I just want to close this out? Yeah, all right, it got me. Interesting. I shouldn't have been trading these take profit accounts. I kind of messed that one up. That one's on me. I should have deactivated them. Okay. That one, I think I have it back. Like I said, in a weird way, it's kind of lucky that it pulled back against me, because if I made too much money, you're breaking various consistency rules. I didn't mean to trade on those accounts, but that's also why I have that break even set. Right back up to this trend line. Interesting. Right back up to the trend line. And this is why you could be aggressive with stops, because it's just all about protection. Like, folks, if you get stopped out on 9 of your 10 trades for break even, like, yeah, it's not fun. Like, of course you want to make money every single time you're trading. But remember, like, if you catch that runner 1 in 10 trades, that's all you need. You pay off all your paper cuts and you just catch that huge runner. I very, very, very deeply believe that is a strategy that maybe if you're having a rocky time trading right now, that is something you could like personally start to do and be like, okay, no, I'm just going to be super aggressive. And you do have to be mentally prepared for the fact that you're going to have a lot of break-even trades, but that's okay, because you're also going to have a lot of trades that just don't blow the fuck out of your account. But anyway, when I say the too much money thing, remember, this one right here on the bottom, that's for real money. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these are evals, and evals have certain consistency rules where they don't want you to have more than 50% of your total gains from like one day or anything like that. So you have to be a bit more careful. But I do have it set up properly now. All right, we're dancing around. We're kind of going sideways. 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute bearish, 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute bearish. We don't really need this daily. We almost came back down for this, the 5925, but kind of bounced. At 10 a.m. we overshot it. At 10:10 we undershot it. Is this going to be breaking down, mi amigo? Here's the options flow. The Mag 7, SPY, the Delta flow. Which way is this going to break? We just got into a classic consolidation right here. Classic consolidation. Which way is it going to break? What's everyone's best guess? Are you betting on a breaks upside breakout or a downward breakout? A little bit of consolidation now, team. A little bit of consolidation. You just have to wait. Patience, 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 patience. Patience. Someone just really... B. McKay, you're betting on the bullish breakout. Interesting. Down, down. We're going to see. We're going to find out today. We're going to find out today. We're going to find out today. Options looking a little flat right now, looking a little indecisive. Let me check the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ's looking heavy, actually. The Mag 7, also not looking the best. Are we going to get another little capitulation here? Another little capitulation? These are just such wide ranges that we're playing. Such wide ranges, yet we're still just... All right, like you guys have already said, I'm attempting to play this breakdown. I do believe it's in alignment with everything else. I'm already over trading on the day, so this is going to be my last trade of the day. Regardless of how it goes, this is my last trade. And as you guys have seen, what I'm going to attempt to do, as I've already been doing, is aggressively moving my stop to break even. What I do want to see, though, is a snap of like, I don't know, 780, something like this, and then I can maybe move that stop to break even. So roughly in this range, maybe even a little bit earlier. Maybe even a little bit earlier, but seeing if I could, I don't know if this is going to break or not. Obviously, I don't know. Come on, let's just snap it. I just want to move the stop to break even, and then I have another freebie lottery ticket play. Just let's see a little. First, we have to snap 800, I suppose. First, we have to snap 800. Come on. Come on. Snap it. Snap 800. I want to see 780. I can move my stop to break even, and then maybe I get a runner. But maybe I don't. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. All right, here's what the options flow currently looks like. Mag 7 looking pretty heavy. NASDAQ definitely looking heavy. The SPY is the only thing that showed a little bit of a life, and we're showing life right above this 59.25 level. I saw that trend line break, which is actually part of the reason I got into the trade I just did, because I am looking for a retest of that 5925 and maybe even potentially the intraday low at 10 a.m. So kind of watching this to see if they're going to push it down like another 5 points just to get that. But who knows? Maybe it's a little bit of a fake out. I have no idea. I think the odds are pretty good for me, but that's not a guarantee. MSTR getting clocked. It's still up 4% though, which is insane to me. Broadcom's taking a hit, which I'm not complaining about because I did have some Broadcom puts. Oh, brother. Whoa. A little bit of a pop there. Not the biggest fan of that. A little bit of a pop here. All right, I'm going to mark out the intraday lows. We're going to set up some alerts just in case those start to break down when I'm not paying attention. Just in case MSTR I'm still seeing getting goosed. We have the VIX coming down a little bit, but attempting to hold just below 21. It's at 20.78. So watching this to see if it starts to pick back up. The NASDAQ, that's where we're at. The Mag 7, that's where we're at. The SPY. The SPY's trying to fight its way back up. What is it more specifically? Someone bought some calls right here at 10:15. What are we doing? Indecisive. Market doesn't know if it wants to break down right now. We are at support. We're basically just chilling right above this level. Right above 59.25. We're just waiting. Waiting. It's going to be all dependent on what these guys decide to do or not do. Are they going to be aggressive and buy? Are there still sellers in the market? What's VIX going to do? Patience. Nothing else you can do. I'm still liking the odds of, maybe not. I'm liking the odds of a new intraday low. Maybe not a crazy overshoot, because I just know it comes down to this 5925. Now, if we snap 25, which is also the intraday low, but I also recognize its support. We could easily bounce right where my cursor is. But if it does break, there's a beautiful move all the way down to 5900, maybe 5905, but right in this region. But it's a big if, because it basically means we have to snap this support. We're on the top side of it. We haven't really broken it. We tested it, but if it does break, which, okay, maybe it does, then we have a push all the way down to here, all the way to 5,900. But that's a big if. That's what I'm currently looking to play, but I'm obviously watching this accordingly and ensuring that we still have a weak price trend, bearish. I'm looking at the options flow. Okay, I see the Mag 7 taking a hit. I see the NASDAQ bouncing a little bit, but that was the lowest reading of the day. And really what I'm looking for is exactly this, the SPY to start to tilt. So see how the SPY was kind of trending up from 10 until about 10:18? Right here, we're starting to see a bit of weakness. So I'm wondering if that's going to be enough to snap 25, but that's what I'm looking at. Those are all the things going on in my mind, and my position's currently down, but we're going to see. Basically, I need this below 505. And the Qs are at 506. That's not good for me. Come on, don't bounce, dude. The range on today is incredible. Like how far we can go in like 1 minute, even though we're already an hour into the trading day, almost an hour in. It's insane. VIX not going up, not really coming down. Coming down a little bit now. NASDAQ. Here's the flow. Mag 7 picking up a little bit. Maybe you guys could see this better on the 30-second. Someone just hit the tape at 10:20 there. Big spike in options volume at 10:20. Could be bullish, could be bearish. Just, I'm telling you, like a big spike in active trading on the S&P 500 complex right there. Probably actually prompted a little bit of this pop. Yep. Literally started a pop at 10:20, perfectly aligned with this player right here. Huge volume pop. Let's see if it's enough to get things going. Will it? Won't it? Just kind of range bound sideways, hanging out just below the breakdown level. Just below it. Oh, a little bit of a pop there. Oh, do I want to ditch my position? How much pain do I want to withstand? How much pain do I want to withstand? See, the issue is if I wait for the true reversal sign, my account will actually be red on the day if I wait for all the way up here. So I kind of have to, if I want to be super protective of my account, I could just risk like what the account has in it today. Oh, what do I want to do? How do I want to handle this? Do I really think we're going to be reversing? How lucky am I feeling today? Kind of watching this trend line now on the SPY and the Qs that I just put up. Things are catching a little bit of a pop right now. I see the VIX coming down, MSTR catching a little bit of a bid, coin, Tesla, starting right around 10:20. What the fuck was that? My accounts are still in. Dude, I am a little bit confused on some of these rules of take profit. I need to figure that out. Some order got canceled, but these other ones are still in. Thoroughly confused. All right, this is the moment where it's kind of getting that pump against me. I see the Qs just tagged this red to green move. I need to be careful. This is where it could get into dangerous waters and you could start to go on tilt if you're not being smart. could start to go a bit on tilt. Why did just one of the accounts, dude? I need to figure out some of this copier bullshit. All right. I'm just attempting day in and day out. My biggest goal is just not go on tilt. Just survive. Just survive. I'm seeing this pop right here. The pop, Mag 7's up a little bit, not as much as the pop would have you believe. The Nasdaq's getting more of a pop, and then the SPY, oddly enough, isn't really doing anything. That's weird to me. That's weird to me. It's just in the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq started to go a little bit crazy right here at 1020. The SPY got, maybe I need to just switch it just to make sure. See, yeah, the SPY went up a little bit, but not much. Oh, how do I want to handle this? So it's unique to the Nasdaq, not even really the Mag 7. Something went wrong. Well, what went wrong? What time is that? 10:24. The Mag 7 got faded on that now. So this pop that we're currently seeing, it's something in the options market specific to the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq just popped. It's getting faded a little bit right now, but we're not really seeing that same generic movement in the SPY, which is interesting to me. Am I buying this? Am I buying this pop? All right. Potential reversal, or it's just a lower high on the day. We're still generically trending down, and I'm also just taking note that it's happening right at the red-green move on both the SPY and the Qs. The VIX did take a bit of a hit there. Is it real? Is it fake? Is it real? Is it fake? Is it real? Is it fake? Decisions, decisions, decisions. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Watching this trend line like a hawk on the SPY and the Qs to see if we snap this or not. Here's the Nasdaq. SPY went flat. The options are going flat. Generally, it's the SPY and the Mag 7 moving the day, not the Nasdaq. The Mag 7 took a big hit at 949, vomited, and now we're just kind of going sideways. The Nasdaq is the one that's having serious moves. And even this, the SPY kind of grinding up, but also kind of doing nothing. Surprise, surprise, we ran right to that target at 50. Right here, this high, what was it? Literally just above 50. I said bounce off at 25. Actually almost broke down, saved itself right up to that next zone at 50. This is the key of watching options level. We ran up to resistance. Let's see if it actually breaks down or not. Once again, kind of watching this trend line structure. Watching this trend line. Obviously on the snap of the trend line, I believe this goes without saying, but that my target would be 5925. I think that one's pretty evident though. I think that one's pretty evident. Tesla taking a little bit of a hit. Coins giving it back. MSTR. Was this just a fake little pump? I see the VIX attempting to come back up here. Indecisive. And this is why you don't want to be in the game of predicting. This is like what you're seeing in real time. This is a perfect example of why predicting is kind of like silly and a waste of your time. I think I played this one improperly. I think I overstayed my welcome on these accounts today. I think I did. Maybe I'll get lucky, but it doesn't seem it. Bearish. 30-minute might be recovering. Bearish. 30-minute might be recovering. Oh, I think I overstayed by one trade. Really, I probably should have just done that first trade, even though the second trade ended up being fine. It's just, what was even the point in doing it in reality? We're seeing VIX is now taking a hit. What are we doing? Nothing there. Oh, Nasdaq picked up again. Nasdaq potential big trend reversal right here at 1020, was trending lower, lower, lower. Now NASDAQ is showing a decent amount of strength, but it's just leading us right up to the VWAP, which might be resistance. We also know SPX kind of coming up to its region of resistance. So would I necessarily chase here? Probably not with the 5 and the 10 bearish, the 5 and the 10 bearish. It'd be one thing if we were running it up to it and you had reasonable risk, but like the price trend was also bullish. Like remember, this is the game of you just want multiple things to align, and with it, this still could just be like a reversionary bounce. I'm not really sold on this. I mean, if you look at the intraday picture, this is still mostly a vomit. I'm watching the VIX. It's just indecisive. Patience, patience, patience. Really what you would want to see is a trend line test. Do we bounce off the trend line again, or do we puke through it? You're just kind of paying a little bit of a premium in price right now at these levels. A little bit of a premium in price. And I am by no means happy with how I handled this. Not happy, not happy. I think my first ones were like reasonable. And now, especially with the range expanding, that's the big issue. And I guess like this is getting a little bit nuanced, but like on such big range days, when you quickly go up so much, maybe you just want to lock it in, because even on a good trade, there might be like an adverse variance move against you that kind of messes you up. NVIDIA kind of getting clocked. Broadcom kind of getting clocked. MSTR still green. So semiconductors are not having the best days right now. All right. The Qs are trying to go green here. They're pumping. They're pumping, they're pumping, they're pumping. Will they hold this is the golden question. Will they hold this is the golden question. Here's a look at the flow. Here's Mag 7. Mag 7 kind of picking up, not as much as price. The NASDAQ, yeah, definitely picking up. And then the SPY finally, okay, actually doing something. For a while there, the SPY wasn't doing squat, but it just popped there right at the turn of the half hour. So where are we today structurally? So the SPY's at the red to green move. Watching this, remember the white horizontal line is the closing price from Friday, while the Qs are right above it. The Qs, VIX is coming down. VIX getting hit from 2080 down to 20. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I'm not at the point where I'm like, oh, okay, like this is a bullish reversion. Well, it's clearly a bullish reversion. Has the market actually gone back into an intraday bull? Nope, we just ran right up to resistance. This is the exact level we were watching for the breakdown. We puked it here, and then we bounced right back up to it. We hit 50. That was reasonable. There's a bit more of a follow through. We're just at resistance. Now, once again, if we overcome this, next target 75. We're just playing it from level to level to level. Now, however, when you're at resistance, there's that chance it gets rejected. In this circumstance, just because we have more of a technical structure to play off, instead of calling out a direct fall all the way to 59.25, I'd actually be watching this trend line. And then obviously we can overlay it with the options flow on the day. Man, SPX got a big pump. SPY kind of going flat now after that. Like there was a clear 0 DTE pump. What was that? Call buying. 0 DTE call buying is what that pump was. Huh. I wonder which strike they were watching. Right now we're just back at VWAP, it looks like over here. Looks like we're right back at VWAP. So are we going to hold it? Yes, no, maybe so. We're right at VWAP, which also happens to be the closing value from Friday on the SPY. And we're just, we're back at VWAP on the Q. So the VWAP, remember, none of these indicators are the end all be all by any means. Man, MSTR, actually getting hit. Coin, Tesla. NVIDIA's maybe trying to turn around. I don't think any indicator is the end-all, be-all perfect one. I think you want to use it in conjunction with other indicators. So I like to see it throughout the day because especially when it's aligning with another key technical level. So VWAP, the volume weighted average price, is also right now that closing value. So there's going to be a lot of systems and traders who just have to decide, because right here, do they want to take it off for break even? Are they creating new short positions? So it's just a pivotal level. I don't know which way it's going to break. All I can tell you is we're just at a key level. If we hold it, great. We have a level about 25 points more to the upside. If it fails here, then we have a level about 25 points to the downside. So regardless, we either have this nice move or this nice move coming up, and we just have to play it accordingly. Mag 7 taking a bit of a hit. Ooh, the NASDAQ is starting to give some of this push back. I do want to call that out. The SPY is just kind of flat. Let's update this as quickly as I possibly can. I'm still in that short position, effectively playing for a VWAP rejection. I hope it happens. Obviously, if it doesn't, I'm just going to get out. But I'm not happy with how I handled this last one. It just like was a little bit quick and sizable. I should have had a bit more patience. So I was really, really happy with my first 2 trades, which is generally how it goes, which is most of the time why I try to hold myself accountable and say, hey, maybe only do 2 trades a day. Obviously that didn't happen today. I feel like I overstayed what I should have been doing by 1 trade, and now I'm just trying to manage it to keep it, I guess, like without blowing out. But the fact that I already locked in 1600 puts me in a good position to keep the losses like well managed today. MSTR is such a rough trade. If you're wrong, options lose 70% of their value immediately. Well, that could be true with any options, especially with like vol crush situations. 70%, you also have to be playing the shorted Datus one, like for that to collapse that quickly. You're also kind of playing a degenerate expiration. So I'm watching VWAP. I'm watching these trend lines. I'm watching VIX to see if we bottom and bounce, or if we just keep coming down and down and down. Like, are we going to come down to the low 19s, or are we bouncing back up to the high 20s? But we're literally right at the SPY is at VWAP at the closing value. The Qs are at Friday's high and pretty much Friday's close, but right at VWAP. We just got pinned there. The market's trying to decide. I have no particular prediction or intuition of which way it's going to break. I don't think that's a good way to trade. I think the way to trade is just wait for it to break in one of those ways and then play it accordingly. I would be lying if I didn't say, like, I hope it breaks down. I very much hope it breaks down, just so I could get out of like the fucking dumbass position I'm in. Come on. Let's see this test. Here's the NASDAQ giving it back. The NASDAQ had a nice pop from 1017 up to 1030. So about 15-ish minutes. We're giving some of it back, about a third of that delta movement back. Slowing down though, clearly. The SPY had a nice pop also from 1010. It was slow, and then the velocity kind of picked up until 10:30, and then the faucet turned off right as we got an hour into the trading session. So the fact that it was so perfect to being an hour in the trading session tells me that it's probably more so algo driven, because like it literally fired right before like we got an hour into the market, and then we just got pinned to the VWAP level. So it's the battle of bots today for sure. It is the battle of bots today. What you could watch for the early sign of a reversal is the SPY taking out 593, the Q's taking out 507.25. You could watch it. I'm more interested in watching this options flow, which has unfortunately recently become watching paint dry. But who knows? My biggest question now is, should I double down here to bring my average up by quite a bit so I can get out for break even on one of them? What's the flow look like? Fuck. What does the flow look like? Decisions. Remember, my goal is just to not go on tilt, to not blow the fuck up. The name of the game is to not blow up. It's always the name of the game. So we ran right up to VWAP, shoulder, head, shoulder. We kind of snapped this neckline. We overshot this low right here at 10.25. Is it going to fail? Do I want to add another one on? Because that would bring my average up a decent amount where I could probably get out one at a trend line test. Or both, and just take my money and leave and just be safe and be like, you know what, you like escape doing some dumb shit today. I'm kind of watching this 900 level. It's just a nice whole value that people might be reacting to. Of course, when you average down, you're doing two things simultaneously. You're increasing the chances of you getting out for break even, but you're also, the trade-off for that is you're taking on more risk because now you actually have more contracts. So like it is doubling down when you're down is not something that should be done lightly. You have to really think about the implications of it. Let's do this math. If I did it at 15, it would have cut it in half. I think it would have been close to being able to be break even, but I think it might have undershot it. So I'd be like, yo, I'm about to get out for break even. And then it bounced right against me. And then I would be angry. So that one was a close one. Patience. I had good patience this morning. Then I lost it. So I need to go back to exactly that. All right, watching 592.67, watching 507.08. Oh, what the fuck are we doing today? The VIX kind of picked back up, got smacked. The NASDAQ is going flat. The Mag 7's going flat. The SPY's going flat. We're not really seeing any indication, clear indication in, if anything, the options market's kind of drying up here. VIX is maybe picking up. The Q's overshot VWAP, got smacked. We're now right at the red-green move. The SPY is slightly below it. Did we see any changes from Captain Condor? Is Captain Condor still in the play? Captain Condor still is. Sold the 5995s and sold the 5900s. So that's a 95-point region. Jesus, that is big. Yeah. We have lower highs, higher lows, definition of consolidation. Like I said, I'm praying for a break in my favor just because I already have a position. But had I had no position, what I would be doing right now is literally nothing, because I'd be like, it's consolidate. You don't know which way it's breaking. Coin slowly but surely giving back its gap up. MSTR slowly but surely giving its gap up. I mean, it gapped up so much and it's just been getting hammered. You have all those call buyers just locking in. We're seeing a little bit of a pop. Is this officially the higher low? Yeah, right back to VWAP. This weird white dashed line is the VWAP test. You could watch this little mini structural. Kind of just looking for anything at this point because today has been so much of watching paint dry. But coming right back up to VWAP. I'm curious. I guess another way you could look at this is something like that. Not the best drawing, but it kind of broke out, retested, pop. Now, like, we just keep getting pinned to VWAP. There's nothing. I mean, I can't even spin this to make it look somewhat exciting. It's just nothing. Indecisive. Middle of the road kind of territory. Nothing. Exciting opening to a pretty boring. Ooh, MSTR still pushing down. What's weird is they're still green on the day, but I think MSTR opened up 13%. Coin was up 6%, and they're very rapidly giving those back. MSTR, it'd be fascinating if they push this all the way back down to 250 today. Coin is at 220. They push this to 215, 210. That would be crazy. People just playing the Trump news and then quickly giving it back. Interesting. Interesting. What a setup we have going on today. I wish I had something more to show you on the options flow, but it's doing nothing right here. You can see all the options flow. Indecisive. SPY got a little bit of a pop there. Maybe it's attempting to break this resistance. We're right at resistance. It came down to its own little trend line there. So a little bit of a pop on the SPY, taking out whatever the hell that high was. On top of its close, SPY just went slightly green. Qs are also slightly green. More interesting is we're at resistance. Once again, if we can break and hold this, you have a nice push up to 5975. But that's also a big if, especially when it looks like the options trading faucet is like completely turned off right now. Maybe we just get like slow, painful drifts throughout the day. What in the world are we doing? Oh, well, they're definitely going to have to be mean to myself when I'm journaling today. Why did I do? I knew I was kind of overstaying my welcome. I knew it. I'm just so hell-bent on making all that money back I lost right before I went to Mexico that I was like, okay, like we might get a good chunk today. And now I'm letting it go against me, unfortunately, which means that I need a little bit of an afternoon miracle. It's just my days are so much better when I get in, I crush that first trade, I crush the second trade, maybe even just the first, and then I turn it down. Those are the days you know that I'm on fire. Those are the days you're like, yep, Matt's doing exactly what he needs to do. I actually find some of my best trading days are actually the days I'm busy and have other things to do because I know I can't hold a position, and like I just get in, do the trade, I close it just because I'm like, oh, I know I can't carry this, so like I just have to do other things with my life. So I get in and get out pretty aggressively, and then days like today where I have like a little bit more time, I'm like, yeah, maybe if I need to swing it. Those are the days that generally it's not doing it what I need to do it. All right, what are we doing? Mag 7, nothing. Boring. Scratch. Zilch. Nada. Goose egg. SPY is getting a bit of a pop there. What is it? It is puts are being closed, but more so 0 DTE calls are being purchased. You have some 0 DTE puts closed out, but right here, these green bars are calls being bought. So you're removing a little bit of negative delta, but more so adding positive delta. What's interesting though is it just can't really escape VWAP. Like it gets knocked below it, comes right back up, tries to overshoot it, gets smacked, undershoots it, reverts right back up. VWAP is just it's a black hole of gravity today on the SPY and the Qs. A black hole of gravity, just these VWAP lines. So I'm going to be watching that pretty intently. VIX is coming down. How's Broadcom? Got a little bit of a bounce at 1020, trying to hold. Nvidia not looking the best. Coin intraday or near the intraday low. Same thing with MSTR. Netflix, Palantir. Palantir's up 3.7%. A little bit of a reversion. Okay, I'm watching this 1036 low, and I'm also watching the upward sloping trend line of these higher lows that we've had since 10 a.m. because if those snap, maybe that sets us up for an interesting afternoon. But the equities that have been benefiting off of, what do we have going on here? The equities that have been benefiting off of this Trump announcement, they've just been getting crushed all day. I mean, coin going from 236 down to 220. You have MSTR going from 293 down to 262. Like these people it's getting smoked. The people who didn't take their profits right at open, getting smoked. Broadcom, I was surprised is down to 190. How do I want to handle this? How do I want it? Do I think this trend line is going to snap? We're testing. We went from a red to green test. Now we're going from a green to red test. The SPY just went red a little bit. The Qs almost went red, kind of bouncing off of it. Mag 7's not showing anything. Nasdaq's not really showing anything. The SPY showed a little bit of excitement and then just getting smacked. Basically couldn't break out of this resistance. And now we're coming up to another trend line test. So it's just coming back to this trend line. The story of the day is this upward sloping trend line and watching to see if we can get any early indication from the options market. But unfortunately right now, really the SPY and the Qs have just been pinned to their VWAP, their closing value from Friday. And then we're seeing a lot of the gains from the crypto related equities being like just slowly bled. And it's just people who got all these options and got excited, they're just getting destroyed. Just getting destroyed. Fuck. I just need to make this decision. Do I want to double down to dramatically increase my average just so I could try to dump one or dump both and just be done on the day? Do I think this is going to hold? I mean, it's a little early. I just got one signal. All right. I just moved my average up dramatically to 55. It was all the way down, I think, at 15, so it moved up. Let me get rid of this. Let's go over to this particular chart. And let's hope that your boy didn't fuck up, taking a bit of a risk here. Like I said, this gives me the opportunity on a test of this trend line that I've been watching. On a test of it, I can now dump one of these and still be fine. My new average is 55. So maybe actually I should. All right. I'm putting that order in just so I don't like, if like there's a little bit of a breakdown and get excited and be like, oh, how far? Like I find that on events like this, especially because of the trading day that I've already been having, put in that order early so you like kind of can stop yourself from potentially being a little bit like greedy or something along those lines. So if there's a random test, and even if it does or doesn't break, I have one of my orders in because I got to take risk off the table. Remember, the number one thing to be a successful trader is your risk management, not even necessarily your profit taking. It is like, just, are you protecting your downside? So putting that order in, obviously I'm hopeful. The SPY kind of tested it. The Q's not really. I guess I hope I don't get screwed by this. If more people are focusing on the SPY, they might just be buying this trend line bounce right in front of my eyes, and I might be getting completely steamrolled. Watching that very, very closely. Try to overshoot resistance, got smacked right at the trend line. It's a decision. I'm taking a risk. The 5 minute, the 10 minute is bearish. The 5 minute, the 10 minutes bearish. The 30 minute on NQ is right there. The 30 minute on ES is right there. So I'm taking a risk. I think it's a calculated risk of what I just did, but a risk nonetheless. The SPY, maybe we need to zoom in a little bit here, see what's really going on. So ever since 1045, a little bit of a downtrend. Oh, but we're right here. We're right at this trend line. Is it going to snap? You could see it on the SPY and the Qs. We're right at that trend line. We either bounce or break. It's just below VWAP. It's right below Friday's trading session's closing value. I don't need that much of a move to be able to dump half mine and just really take risk off the table. And the order's already in. I'm not going to be greedy and be like, no, I'm going for more. Right now, it's just downside management. Downside management. We're going to see if Lady Luck, if the market gods shine upon me today. We're going to see. Oh, I'm not liking the look of this bounce right back up to 50. Fuck. Not liking that one. Come on, just get smacked. Take out 43. Just look at puke, 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 puke. Maybe a little bit of a bounce. I'm hoping it just doesn't lead to this type of, we had this rip, this puke, very computer driven. What are we doing? Just get smacked. Get smacked. Come on. Puke, 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 puke. Oh, look at MSTR and Coin giving it back. I am actually thoroughly surprised they're giving it back that aggressively. I thought that this crypto stuff would, I thought they were going to just keep going. I really, really did. I thought MSTR, we might have been talking about like 310 today. I thought Coin, we might have been talking about like almost 250 today. The fact that it's just being faded this hard shows you how much of an active trade it was. They played the event over the weekend. The market opens on Monday. They take their money and they move on. Like they were just in and out that aggressively. Okay, how screwed am I? Well, now it's just like a boredom play. Come on. Come on. Keep coming down. Snap 900. I'm just going to be bored to tears watching this one play out. Look at that. That's nothing. Are we missing any other like major breaking news? What do we have going on here? Libya announces its first bidding round of oil. Okay. Prime Minister. The Trump administration has not, as of this moment, reached out to formally notify Canada that tariffs are coming. They don't have to, but they have done this in the past, according to the senior Canadian government source cited by CBS correspondent on X. Trump faces blowback over plans for a crypto reserve, according to the New York Times. Russia bans the Japanese Foreign Ministry from entry. Interesting. U.S. Commerce Secretary Lutnick, Trump will have to decide on tariffs this afternoon to be announced tomorrow. Okay, so that's an important update. Lutnick, Canada and Mexico have done a good job on the border. Okay, that's a bit positive. A bit positive. Kraken, the SEC staff has agreed in principle to dismiss its lawsuit against Kraken with prejudice. Okay. Trump and TSMC expect to announce a $100 billion investment in the U.S. Oh, okay. TSMC, Trump and TSMC, $100 billion investment in the U.S. according to the Wall Street Journal. That's some big news. Breaking. Okay. Manufacturing. That was a bit ago. So some news, nothing too crazy. If anything, options are flat. Like you could see we've gone nowhere on the Mag 7. You can see we're kind of going nowhere on the NASDAQ. The SPY showed a little bit of life, but nothing really. Like slight uptrend, downtrend, slight uptrend. Nothing. Pin to VWAP, pin to Friday's close. That's where we're at. That's the story of the day. So obviously the fact that all of the movement, all of the option trade already dried up. I very much wish I stopped after that first move. I should have, and I'm going to be kicking myself for that. But there's always tomorrow to try to improve. I'm still feeling a little bit lucky because even if a slight break, like even if we touch this 1036 low or something like that, like maybe a slight overshoot right here, we're at the trend line, that might just be enough for me to drop. I really don't like when I'm trading multiple contracts like the way I am right now. But a slight snap of this trend line, I already have my order sitting there. And then from there, I'm increasing my average price by 40 points. And then that's something that I could like legitimately play with. And you know what I'll probably do? Like the big brain move here is I'm currently short two. I'm trying to dump one very, very rapidly. Upon dumping one, if there's a push even down to 30 or 40, guess what I'll do? I'll set a break even on the other one. And if I catch a runner, I catch a runner. And if not, I like move on with my life. But unfortunately, I do need like about a 50-point capitulation from here. And just, yeah, we have lower highs, but we also have higher lows. That's the definition of consolidation. If your highs are getting lower and your lows are getting higher, the market is just like indecisive. So I kind of need the snap of 90. I kind of need the snap of 72, which is right at the trend line. So it's this level that's important, this 1038 low. If we take that out, I have a shot, even if it's like a fake out. I just want to take this out to get rid of my two. I just want to drop my contracts, basically. I don't want to be carrying this much risk. But we're kind of getting close. We're right at it. We're right at 900, a little bit of an overshoot from 900, some buyers stepping in. I'm seeing a little bit of velocity pick up in these trades. Come on, smash it. Nope, it's going the wrong way. Going the wrong way. How does this look? We could see this here. We're kind of breaking down this trend line. I might be getting lucky, team. Once again, watch this 1037 low. When we had this random puke and then it quickly bounced off of it, we overshot resistance and then got smacked shoulder, head, shoulder. The neckline's at 39. If that doesn't hold, you could obviously do a measure move, or you could watch support between 28 and 25 right in here. Oh, yo, am I going to get lucky? Come on. We're not that far away. This is doable. Is Magic Matt going to be able to pull a rabbit out of his hat here? Is Magic Mateo, Magic Matt, XXL, Channing Tatum and myself? Come on, Lady Luck. Show me who's what. Show me who's what. Show me who's who. Let's go. Drop that risk. Drop that risk. Drop that base. Drop that base. Go, 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 go. Come on. Come on. No. We want to see a little bit more red. Come on. High risk, high reward. Let's see if I truly am the best trader on this side of the Mississippi. Let's de-risk. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. Bring it to me. Don't tease me like this. Don't you do it. Don't you do. There we go. That's what I like to see. This is what I like to see. Come on. Don't you tease me. What a tease. What a freaking tease this is. What a tease. What a tease. Come on. Not cool, brother. Not cool. Not cool whatsoever. We took out that low. We got to the one standard deviation move on. MSTR is going and Coin's going, just so you know. Both made new intraday lows. Coin, if they push this 215, 212, that's crazy. MSTR, if they crack 250 today, that's wild. Here, we puked. We got a little bit of a bounce. That puke was 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute bearish, 5 minute, 10 minute, 30 minute bearish. NASDAQ turning a little bit south. Mag 7 not really doing anything. And the SPY is not really doing anything. Here we go. Come on. Come on. He does it again, folks. He does it again. That's not really my average. My average is 55 because that's where I doubled down at. So here, 50. This, don't pay attention to this. That's just not accurate. It's a weird way that Ninja updates, but this horizontal line 55, that's my average price because I had two there and I just dumped one and then it rebounces to, I don't know. It's just a weird thing from Ninja. So it's not this. That actually makes it look better than the situation truly is. Makes it look better than the situation truly is. All right. Well, we got that trend line test, potential bounce. So maybe a little bit of a fake out going on right now. We barely got my fill. I feel absurdly fortunate, but I was able to de-risk. I could just end today and just take my money. Maybe I should. Maybe that's the best thing for me to do at this point. Just be happy that I'm somehow green. Oh, somehow green. Up just under 20K right here. We snap that trend line. I'm going to draw a new trend line just so I can be confident if we're actually breaking down. And remember, for those of you keeping score at home, my average is right around 55. It's this horizontal line. It's not where it says it is. Yeah, fake out, fake out, fake out, fake out. That's still all pretty bearish, though. Yeah, trend line snap, and then we're bouncing seemingly right back up to it. That's painful. We snapped the trend line on both, but we didn't get good follow through. We didn't get good capitulation. Mag 7's not doing anything. NASDAQ doesn't know what the hell it wants to do, and the SPY is flat. So I'm actually surprised we're bouncing. The bounce would have made more sense if I saw in the options market people coming in to buy the dip. They're not buying the dip in options. Like, this is just like a natural price reversion. So that actually does make me feel a little bit more confident of us testing this roughly 3-point zone. I see support at 28. I know 25 is a key level. We overshot it to 19. So somewhere roughly in this zone. If we can keep with this trend of lower highs and lower lows on this trend line snap, of course, if you recapture it, that's a completely different story. But I'm not seeing bulls step in on the options market right now. So I'm hoping for a bit of a drift down to where this region is. It's kind of a wide region, but it just is what it is today. So that's kind of where we're at. That's kind of where we're at. I'm just waiting. I have to baby this position. I got back into the green, which is very, very nice. But I mean, today I should have called it way earlier. I could have been done and like not had to pray for the market to break in my favor and do all these gymnastics to save this. This was on me today. I should have. I think my first two trades were pretty dialed in. They were very dialed in. And then the third trade, it was just a misread, and I messed that one up. But at least instead of going till and doing dumb stuff, I waited for the opportunity to assist myself. And then fortunately, I was able to very quickly get everything back to where I needed it to be. But this was, I should have anticipated a larger reversion, because the ATR, the average true range, is quite wide with the VIX this high. Like I could have anticipated it better. So that was first trade, second trade, both very happy with. Third trade, I should have just had a better anticipation, especially on the time of the day and the current environment. So I should have had a little bit more of forethought on that, but at least I was able to get it back to where I needed to be and get all these accounts back into the green. So I'm going to be looking for another, unless the options start picking up, which they're not. If options pick up, I'll ditch the position. But if options are still doing nothing, it was just a legit trend line breakdown. So why would I not keep playing the breakdown? I think that one's actually pretty simple. But as I always do, I will keep you guys updated. I'll post it on Twitter/X later today, so you can see how this final one concludes. If you haven't already, join the Goonie Discord. Your first month's free if you use that code Goonie. It's all in the description of the video. And then obviously shout out to Public. They are the partner of today's show. Use that link. It's pinned to the top of chat. It's also in the description. But you're going to start off at a higher rebate tier. If you're an options trader, aspiring options trader, it is the place to trade options. There's no other brokerage on this planet that pays you a rebate. And so no matter where you're at, you're going to be a better options trader on Public. Highly, highly, highly recommend you check it out. Pinned to the top of chat in the description of the video. So check that out. I hope to see you in the Discord. I'll let you know how all these futures trades pan out later today. I just need to manage this last position. Once I manage this one, I'm telling you, this one's my last one of the day. I'm already overstaying my welcome by a trade or two. So once I close this one out, it's just going to be that's going to be where I'm at. So that's what I have for you. Happy Monday. I appreciate all the good vibes. We are going to be doing an update video tonight. It's going to come out around 7 p.m. Eastern. And then we're going to be streaming once again tomorrow morning around 9 a.m. So that's the content schedule. I hope to see you in the Discord. And that's what I have for you. I appreciate all the good vibes. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your energy. I love you all. Catch you later. Peace.